In this video, we are going to learn about research gap. A research gap is a problem that has not been addressed or answered in previous studies in the form of books, journal articles, or reports. Here are we can see some types of research gap, which are evidence gap, knowledge gap, then practical knowledge gap, methodological gap, empirical gap, theoretical gap, and population gap. So let's learn about it. In evidence gap, it refers to a lack of research or evidence on a particular topic or issue. It indicates that there is a gap between what we know and what we need to know to inform in decision making, policy, or practice. An evidence research gap in business refers to a situation where there is insufficient research or evidence available to address a particular business issue or problem. Identifying evidence research gaps is important for guiding future research and improving our understanding of complex issues. For example, suppose that there is a lack of research on the impact of remote work on employee productivity and job satisfaction. This would be an evidence research gap in business, as there is a need for more research to understand the effects of remote work on employee productivity and job satisfaction. Then the other topic is knowledge gap. A knowledge gap in research refers to a situation where there is a lack of understanding or knowledge on a specific research topic or question. It indicates a gap between what is currently known and what needs to be known to advance our understanding of the issue. And we can say as example that suppose that there is a researcher interested in studying in the relationship between corporate social responsibility and financial performance in the context of the banking industry. However, there is a limited understanding of how CSO practices in the banking industry influence financial performance. This indicates a knowledge gap in the research, that as there is a need for more research to advance our understanding of the relationship between CSR and financial performance in the banking industry. The other one is practical knowledge gap. A practical knowledge research gap in business refers to a situation where there is a lack of knowledge or understanding of how to apply the research findings or theoretical knowledge in practice. It indicates a gap between what is known and what is needed to effectively implement solution or make informed decision in a practical setting. For example, suppose that a company is interested in implementing a new performance evaluation system to improve employee performance. However, there is a lack of knowledge about how to effectively design and implement such a system and how to ensure it is aligned with the company's goals and objectives. This indicates a practical knowledge research gap, as there is a need for more research to understand how to design and implement effective performance evaluation systems in a practical business setting. The other topic is methodological gap. A methodological gap in research refers to a situation where there is a lack of appropriate of effective research methods or techniques to answer a particular research question or to support a particular conclusion. It indicates a gap between what is currently available and what is needed to conduct high quality research. For example, suppose a researcher is interested in studying in effectiveness of a new marketing strategy for a company, but the available research methods is not captured the complex nature of the strategy or the potential impact on customers or consumers, you can say. So this indicates a methodological gap that there is needed for more effective research methods or techniques to better understand the impact of marketing strategy on consumers. The other one is empirical gap. An empirical gap is research that refers to a situation where there is a lack of available empirical evidence to support a particular hypothesis or research question in business related field. It indicates a gap between what is currently known and what is needed to provide solid empirical evidence to support the research findings. For example, we can say that suppose that a researcher is interested in examining the impact of employee engagement on customer satisfaction in a particular industry. So, however, there is a lack of available empirical data on this topic, and in making it difficult to draw any firm conclusions, this indicates that an empirical gap, as there is a need for more empirical research to provide solid evidence for the relationship between employee engagement and customer satisfaction in the industry. Then the second last one is theoretical gap. A theoretical gap is research that refers to a situation where there is a lack of comprehensive or well-developed theoretical framework to explain a particular phenomena or relationship in a business related field. It indicates a gap between what is currently known and what is needed to provide a solid theoretical foundation for research findings. For example, suppose that a researcher is interested in examining the impact of corporate social responsibility on firm performance in a particular industry. So, however, there is a lack of comprehensive theoretical framework that explains that how and why CSR affects firm performance in the industry. This indicates a theoretical gap, as there is a need for a well-developed theoretical framework to provide a solid foundation for the relationship between corporate social responsibility or CSR and firm performance. And here is the last one, which is population gap. In research, population gap refers to a situation where the target population of interest is not fully represented in study, or where there is mismatch between the intended population and actual population that the research findings are intended to represent. For example, suppose a researcher is interested in studying the consumer behavior of middle income households in a particular city. However, the sample used in the study only includes households from one or two neighborhoods in the city, so which may be accurately represent the behavior of all middle income households in the city. This indicates that a population gap, as the sample that may not be representative of intended population under this investigation.